And ladies and gentlemen, we are officially live here. Happy Sunday to everyone, and welcome for another installment of Transformation Greatness along with the Small Business Network podcast. I am your host here, Sean A. White, and today, family, we have a very special guest. We have someone that is new to the spiritual life and manifestation realm. She is someone that I like to call as far as a breath of fresh air, if you will. And just her experience and knowledge is very, very invaluable. She is someone which I like to consider as being a light worker. And so I'm so happy to invite you all to episode 226 and really get to know this young lady as I had an opportunity to as well. So with that, folks, before we go ahead and dive into it, just want to just mention a couple of things. Is that if you're watching this live for the very first time, or if you're catching it live, put in hashtag live. Let us all know exactly where you're tuning in from. And if you should happen to catch this on a replay because this is Sunday, maybe relaxing, spending time out with family, whatever have you, put in hashtag replay. Let us know where you're tuning in from, and also if you're getting any value or insights of this as well. So a little bit about me, and then we're going to get into our very special guest because it's not about me to begin with. My name is Sean A. White. Once again, I'm the founder and creator of this beautiful brand called Transformation Greatness, which is all about motivating, encouraging, and inspiring the masses. And with that, it is threefold, in which that I am a speaker, a life coach, as well as a hypnotherapist practitioner extraordinaire. But in addition, as well, I am the partner and CEO of the Small Business Network with my great founder and friend, Dr. James McConnell. And we definitely have a group of entrepreneurs that's definitely geared towards bringing amazing value and content to you guys. So, with no further ado, just want to get that out of the way because, again, it's not about me. It's about our amazing, amazing special guest here to my right. She is a New York native, which that's a special place in my heart because you guys know I'm from New York, born and raised. She is someone that takes her craft very, very seriously, and she is what I consider to be as a light worker. So this would be an honor and a privilege to be speaking and going one on one with the one, the only Miss Brianna Rodriguez, also known as Cookie. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the show, ma'am.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me, Sean. My name is Brianna, aka Cookie or Spiritual Mindset. I'm a spiritual life coach and manifestation coach, and I love helping others manifest the life that they desire by believing themselves, releasing past traumas, and aligning their energy to what they want.
Love it. I love it, love it. So let's get some background here about you. Maybe if you can tell us just a little bit about your background and also, Brianna, what inspired you to actually get into this field? Because when I was speaking with you, you have so many gifts and talents, and you can be doing anything else. But why this particular practice? Why this particular modality, if you will? Please share.
So, started when I was younger. Always felt different, always felt like connected to the universe and never really had the knowledge. I had to go out looking for it. Um, I've been doing before that 5 years in medical school. So I did medical for front desk, and it really didn't make me happy. I love helping others. I love, making people smile, but it really wasn't my passion until I was like maybe 19, 21, around that time. I was more into like healing myself, doing shadow work, like really digging into what really makes me happy. And during that time, I had other people reach out to me, um, same type of light, that same type of advice, how to better themselves, how to better their life. And when my advice, from what I healed from and who the person I am today helped other people, it gave me more happiness. And that's what gave me like the motivation and just the passion to help others spiritually, because that's always been me. I just, had to find the knowledge, meditated, healed my past traumas and aligned to the person I am today. and to help people become their best self, find their life again. That's what I want to do. Just help people know that they're a star.
I like that. Wow, that was awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome if you're just tuning in. Welcome to Transformation Greatness, along with the Small Business Network podcast. We are on episode 226, and we're speaking with, I like that, superstar Brianna Rodriguez, spiritual life coach and manifestation coach. You know what? That is amazing too, because I love how the way you was able to find yourself, and also understanding that with the gifts and talents in which that you have, on how you can really be able to serve people on a higher level, right? A lot of times as human beings, we're so wired to worry about self, right? Because it's about self pre, you know, yeah, I can't get the words out of my mouth. I'm so excited. Self preservation, right? It's all about what about me and what I'm currently doing and that sort of thing. But for you to come to that understanding that, you know what, it's not about me, it's really about helping and serving others, I believe that is a beautiful thing. And I want to commend you on that. Absolutely.
Thank you. I try, I just know it's my purpose, and I just every day waking up and helping others. Like I said,
That-
I knew I wanted to help others when I was younger. I just didn't know the path. And so I went on my own path, and I know what I'm supposed to do.
yeah, and that purpose, when you found out, or when you was on your journey
Yes.
find out your purpose, what did that look like? Where was it, like any particular events or sequences or one particular person that really stood out that made you say, you know what, I think I can do this? Because you touched on that a little bit earlier.
Yes. So I would say like mid 20s, I did have like a lot of they would say tower moments, like I was going through something and I was more in my inner work. So I always been the type of person that, with positive thinking, but I wasn't really healing myself. So, patterns repeat. And then I was like, you know what? Let me stop, pause, fix myself, which I did. And then in that time frame, that's when my energy just started attracting people that needed that light and advice. But there was one particular girl that was going through like a hard relationship, and I, gave her my positive advice on how to get out of it or how to communicate with that person. And not even like a month later, their situation was better, and that actually made my heart warm. So that's why I realized like what makes your heart really happy and you feel that fire is what you're supposed to do.
Mm, love it, love it, love it, love it. So can you talk to us a little bit more about what you're currently working on? Because when I was looking at it, and also listen to your podcast as well, which, by the way, guys, she's on Spotify, and I'm telling you, it is spot on. So please make sure that you do subscribe to that. I'm going to make sure that she puts that as far as in the comment section. But talk a little bit more about your current work and what you're doing right now, because it's very, very impressive. And I want the audience to know. So please leave no stone unturned. Spill the beans.
All right. So I feel like I'm a trade of all things when it comes to spirituality. Yes, I love helping others and coaching others, but I also know there's people that are, let's say, introvert and need manifestation journals, right? They like to write things down. They like to express themselves. So that's something I've worked on as well. I created a manifestation journal on Amazon called the 369 Manifestation Method. That's one of my manifestation that I love. I'm also doing, like I said, the podcast. I want to reach out other people, help them internationally. If I can get there, I can help them internationally become the best version of themselves. And right now, I'm working on my positive affirmation t-shirts, mugs, designs, and clothes. My goals is just to have people wear and embody the person that they are to reach their manifestation.
I love it. I love it. So, what is one of your affirmations? What is one of your methods of manifestation that you mostly use, or you recommend when working with people?
Okay, so just a mixture, but my favorite is Law of Assumption.
Mm.
Yes, law of assumption. I know everybody hears law of attraction, but law of assumption is being the person you already want to be in the now. So I want to be rich. I'm embodying that I'm rich. I'm not worrying about the future years. I'm taking actions to, make more money, aligning my energy with that, and just believing in myself in the now. And with that method, that definitely changed my life.
Why is that important, the law of assumption? Because I'm very familiar with that, but for the audience, I want this to be kind of a teaching moment. Can you explain a little bit more of the law of assumption and why is that very important? Why is that very important?
So from my perspective, I feel like when you do the law of attraction, you worry more about like the manifestation because you're like, I wish, I want. That's what the keywords they say when I used to. But when I started doing the assumption, where I'm like, I understand that I have so much wealth coming my way and more at this moment, more things just started popping up because I'm already embodying the person that I am that's trying to be the future. I'm already am the future me. So I'm not worried about the negativity. I'm not aligned with the energy of complaining. I'm just with the gratitude and flow of the universe for things to just flow my way.
Hmm, very interesting. So, based upon what you're saying, I want to make sure I understand you correctly.
Yes.
It sounds more like the be, do, have approach. So, in other words, so what you're saying is that you want to become the person now, right?
Exactly.
To once you become that person, then you can do the things in which that you always wanted to do, and then you can be able to have based upon of the work that you're currently doing presently. Is that correct, or did I
It's,
misunderstand you? I want to make sure.
no, you got it correct. Like you said,
So,
being the person now and taking action.
so in your humble and professional opinion, if that's the case, and it makes a lot of sense, right? It sounds like universal laws, universal principles at work. I'm pretty sure in any particular spiritual teachings and different things like that, it's all universal. So with something as simple as that, Brianna, why is it
Mhm.
so many people get caught up on the things that they don't have? Why do people get caught up in the lack, if you will, if based upon of what you said is in fact correct, and I do believe so, why do so many people get stuck? Can you elaborate on that, please?
Yes, from past experience, I feel like it's all about the traumas that you've had since you was a child, not
Okay.
believing in yourself, not having confidence. Because you can always say I'm rich, but in your subconscious, you don't believe it. Because the outsiders, yourself, I recommend that you put yourself first, heal that mindset first, and heal the soul and also the root chakra, which is like right under your stomach area.
Okay.
That's where you get like the fear or the scarcity of the money mindset. But if you ground yourself, right, you do root chakra meditations, you do heart meditation, which is about love, or solar plexus, which is about your powers, aligning to your power, then you will get more what's the word? Success in your manifestation because you're not manifesting from the past traumas. You're focusing on the now of who you are.
Very interesting. Interesting. I have so many questions around that. We're going to dive into that. But, ladies and gentlemen, welcome for all those that's tuned in or catch on the replay to another episode here of Transformation Greatness, along with the Small Business Network podcast. This is episode 226, and we are speaking with superstar Brianna Rodriguez. She is a spiritual life coach and manifestation coach, and she's basically just really here, just breaking it down and sharing her knowledge and wisdom as well. You mentioned as far as with the chakras,
Yes.
and for those that may not be familiar, I believe there's 7 levels when it comes to the chakras, if I'm not mistaken.
And the what's the word? The human experience is seven, but there's more that's outside of us.
Ah, okay. Would you be able to go through the different levels of chakras with us? Because you was touching base on a few moments ago, but can you just go a little bit more in? And also too, before you even get into that, I have a thought because there's individuals that's gonna be watching this and like, oh boy, here we go again. Another person that's like woo woo, that's like pie in the sky, talking fantasy. I'm a person that I'm very factual based, right? I'm very scientific based, right? It has to be reality for me. So, what would you say to those that may have that type of thought process and feel as far as the kind of work we do is quote unquote woo woo or fantasy?
Mm. I would just say reflect on your actual life and see how much you have to take action to get what you want. Like
Mm,
being negative and being complaining, how did that really get you far in life or having that energy around you compared to us that, is very positive, align our energy and taking action and you seeing things flow. Results speaks for itself. That's why I just say reflect and really just look on your life and see how did I portray this? How can I attract this if I'm the same person I am from the past?
makes sense. Makes sense. Definitely makes sense. We have here Reverend Michael McCorby. He's watching. He says, "Great job. Keep up the good work. Thank you. We definitely do appreciate that." So let's
Thank
go ahead and get into the different levels of chakras, if you will. So I'll allow for you to go ahead and take over because that is your lane of brilliance. So I definitely don't want to speak out of turn in regards to that. So take her away.
All right, so let's start this seven. Like I said, there's the root chakra that's under your stomach. Okay, that's basically where the fear lies at. So you'll have to do, like you said, grounding chakra, walking outside, align yourself, just make yourself more calm. Then there's the sacral chakra where you get your um sexual pleasure, and creativity. So if you're somebody that's creative like me, you want that to be balanced. That's where you get your creativity. That's where get your ideas from. Then there's the solar plexus chakra. It's your power, your self power, your light. And then there's the heart chakra. The heart, the love, the passion, gratitude. That's something where it's balanced compared where it's unbalanced, where it's hate, fear, negativity. That's when it's unbalanced. Then there's the throat chakra. Um, like for example, if you're an extrovert, you have a strong throat chakra because you're able to speak. But people that's introvert, they might lack in the throat chakra, just like
Ladies and gentlemen, give her a few moments. She's coming back here. There we
can you
go.
hear me?
Yeah, there we go. Continue.
Yeah, sorry about that. So then the next one is the third eye chakra. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Continue.
Okay. So the next one is the third eye chakra. That's where you get your intuition from. This is like right here, in the middle, right here, your eyebrows, right here, third eye chakra. What I recommend, which one of my favorite crystals that I use is amethyst. It's very good for spiritual wisdom, intuition, and actually aligning your third eye chakra. You put it on your third eye chakra when you're meditating. I would say like 5 to 10 minutes. Say your positive affirmations or just listen to 639 or 439 hertz frequencies. Those are more like love, intuition frequencies, and then it's your crown chakra where you're aligned with your spiritual guides and source, the universe will be on top of your head.
Outstanding. Outstanding. Awesome. And how has you?
I
Oh, I'm
can't hear
sorry.
you.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
Really? Okay. Let me see here. Give me a second here. Interesting. Can you hear me now? Brianna, if you can hear me, you have your microphone muted. Okay, Calandra. She says there's a lot of feedback. Okay, your microphone is muted. Press down, take a look.
Can you hear me now?
Ye- Yes, I can.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm going to allow for you to speak. One of our audience members brought to my attention there's a lot of feedback. It's probably on my end, so I'll go ahead and mute and I'll allow for you to take it away.
Okay, I don't know if you heard, like I said, all the seven chakras, but again, all right, so we'll make sure. So I would recommend meditating. I use crystals, like I said, amethyst, citrine will be for the solar plexus, green aventurine will be for if you want to attract abundance. I'll use it on my root chakra. And then also I would use lapis lazuli. That's another one to use for to get connected to your higher source.
Awesome. Now, I also want to ask you, so
Yes.
by you being on this journey, how has it changed your life, your way of thinking, your mindset?
Hmm. That's a good question because, like I said, I've always been a positive thinker, but I would say that with, like I said, the law of substitution and actually taking action and healer work, I became more of a doer than sayer. Because I used to be a type of person that used law of attraction where I would say I want $5,000, but I don't do nothing for my $5,000, which like wish upon the stars, right? So after that, like I said, I went through my healing journey and I actually took the action and put myself in the energy of abundance and just knowing that I'm an abundant magnet, that things just come to me naturally, that I don't have to do anything. I just need to be me, basically, right? I just need to be me and things and opportunities will come my way. Things just started flowing.
Excellent, excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, for all those that's tuning in once again, if there is any feedback or any static, please feel free to let us know. We'll definitely do apologize in advance. Welcome here to episode 226 of Transformation Greatness, along with the Small Business Network podcast. And we are speaking with superstar and I would say change agent, Miss Brianna Rodriguez, hailing all the way from my hometown, by the way, of New York, right? She's
Yeah.
in Staten Island, respectively. I want to ask you this, and I don't know if you can say either yay or nay.
Okay.
Would you feel comfortable of going through like a guided meditation with us, if you will?
Sure.
Go for it.
Okay. Let me get some good stuff because I do that on my podcast. Sometimes I have the podcast music in the background, just makes me feel more at ease. Maybe one.
And by the way, just a quick disclaimer while you bring that up in the music, just to let you know that we do not own the rights as far as to the music that is coming up. Again, as a quick disclaimer, we do not own the rights as far as to this particular music. So just want to put that quick disclaimer out there. So you take it away.
Okay, so this is one of my favorite meditations that I do. It's at least 5 minutes. It's auric cleansing, chakra meditation, and it also has positive affirmations as well. So this is the one that really gets my day going. I do it at least every day, being consistent. Let me see. Does it want to come up when it has so much options? There we go. Okay. Let me know when you hear okay. Give me 1 second.
So you think you know Wix? Do you really?
Can you hear it? Okay.
Dance by the amazing Diane.
Can you hear it?
And that's all combined with affirmations and mind-blowing 3D sound. Make sure that you are wearing headphones. Use this quick audio and use it often to rebalance your aura and to balance out your 7 chakras. You will feel wonderful after listening. With that said, make sure you are wearing headphones or earphones, and let's begin.
We'll close our eyes, breathe in,
What I was really
That's a
looking
good one.
for, and that was pretty cool. But I was hoping that you was going to take us on a guided meditation journey.
Oh, I don't know. Those are good one. But I thought you meant like actual the affirmations. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. But it's definitely all good though. All good. Cool, cool. So we are at the 30-minute mark. So I believe as far as this has been fantastic. If people want to get a hold of you, Brianna, how can people reach out to you?
So on my social media, you can reach me on Cookie92594. That's my Instagram. My Facebook is Cookie Unique Rodriguez, and my TikTok, I believe, is Cookie Rodriguez. If anything,
Awesome.
I'll leave the links in the chat.
Yeah, absolutely. Please do. Please do. And now just one last thing, and this is something which I like to do. Um, I changed the name up because before, when I used to use, like, for an example, Devil's Advocate, there were some people that felt a certain kind of way about that. So what I'm going to do, and I'm thinking about the name on which I want to come up with, but basically this is to set up the stage. So a lot of people are going to be listening to this, like either live or either replay. They're going to be like, wow, this is a lot of great value. This is amazing. This is fantastic. I'm getting a lot of value from it. I love it. But then there's others that's going to say, well, you know what? That is fantastic. But Brianna, I cannot, relate to that. I got so much going on in my life. I'm either like in my 40s or 50s or 60s. You young, you vibrant, you got so much potential, and this is something which I would like to do, but they have all these self-limited beliefs about that, right? A lot. If you were speaking to that person one-on-one or either virtually, doesn't matter, but if a person were to come to you and tell you all this on all the reasons on why they cannot, what would be your best piece of advice you would give to that individual?
So for me, I would say you can. Nothing's impossible. I'm just an example. There's many examples out there. It's just that you have to start now. And what I always say, everything is temporary. Nothing's written in stone. So your day could be sad another day, but your day could be amazing. You could change your life in one day. It really just depends on your consistency about it and your faith about it.
You know what? That definitely makes sense. By the end of the day, it all boils down to a decision.
Correct.
And when you make a decision and when you put action behind it, this is what I tell individuals. It's best to make a decision and put action behind something. The faster you can do it, the better, because then you can definitely see as far as if it works or not on what you need to improve on versus you procrastinating and allowing for those self-limited beliefs to come to the forefront, and then from there you'll always delay. You will always say, well, not right now, maybe tomorrow. Then tomorrow will trickle to a few days, and then from a few days it'll come to a week, and then it'll come to about 2 weeks, and then a month, and then a year, and before you know it, you're not doing anything. You're still in the same place. So I love on how the way you said that, Brianna, and I definitely appreciate that. Any last words for your listening audience? Anything else in which that you want them to know? Um, the floor is yours before we go ahead and close.
Yes, just believe in yourself, take action, and anything is possible. You are the creator of the universe. It starts with you, one day at a time. That's all I say. Just believe in yourself, change your mindset, align your chakras, heal those inner demons, and be the person that you want to be in the future now.
Excellent. Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes episode 226 of Transformation Greatness along with SBN, the Small Business Network podcast. Thank you so much, my very special guest here, Brianna Rodriguez. Please make sure that you subscribe to her, follow her on the major social media platforms. And we're looking forward to seeing great and awesome, amazing things from you. Afterwards, Brianna, what I'm going to do is go ahead and call you in about a few moments, and we're definitely going to go ahead and discuss the podcast. I'll be sending this over to you as well, so that way you can go ahead and use it, repurpose your content, wherever have you. So we're going to go ahead and end this show with way we do our other shows. And what by saying this, if what we stated on here either motivated, transformed, or inspired at least one person, then may God be the glory, and we take no credit for absolutely none of it. Until then, we appreciate everyone's time. Happy Sunday, and by His grace and mercy, look forward to seeing you all on the next episode, which is going to be about another 2.5 hours, as we're going to be interviewing someone else that is truly about her business, and she is striving for greatness. Until then, thank you, everyone. Be blessed.
Everyone. Bye.